Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 edition of Fyffe Focus, presented by RE/MAX Property Center and Realtor Hugh Taylor. For all your real estate needs, whether you're buying, selling, trying to make a home, a dream home, Hugh Taylor can help you with RE/MAX Property Center. I'm Adam Ward of the Red Devil Sports Network from Onward Media LLC. With our first edition, it's a special one, folks. We double up on you this week as we sit down with two seniors from the Fyffe Red Devils, Kaden Wilks and Maddox. First of all, gentlemen, it's good to see each and every one of you. Guys, let's talk about last week just for a moment, because it's already been deemed as one of the more exciting games in the last few years that you guys have played. And of course, Central Clay being a 4A power, stepping down from 5A after all the redistricting of the HSAA and all of that. You guys go in there and you come out, you steal an overtime win, 21-20. Take me through the emotions, Kaden, and kind of what you felt in that overtime, and especially that defensive stop there on that 2-point conversion.
Well, we was down 14-0 going into half, and not much was said during halftime, and we just kind of knew, hey, we're going to have to come out there and go to work, and that's what we did. We scored with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the third and really pushed it into them going into the fourth, and went into overtime and was able to clutch it up in there. But the emotions were unreal on the field. That's what we seen. They called it no good, and it was the most adrenaline field I think I've ever seen the entire team. It was perfect.
Maddox, I think I called it like this: you guys flooded the field after the stop on the 2-point conversion. Knowing what you had gone through on a couple of massive plays, 2 passes that is not normally Fyffe's MO, but you make 2 passes, you deliver on when it mattered the most. Take me through, Coach, calling those plays. In your mind, did you ever think, okay, he's putting it on my shoulders? Did that go through your mind at all? And when you saw those catches get brought in, both by Hunter and Brody, what went through your mind there?
Well, I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, they've been stopping the run all day, so we gotta air it out somehow. Somebody's got to get open. We got to throw a pass. Coach Eli told me at the start of the day on Friday morning, I walked in the field house, first thing he told me was, we can't win this game if we don't keep the ball in our hands. So I was like, all right, I gotta just stay focused all day, make good throws, and keep it out of Central Clay's hands.
Yeah.
And I just seen Latham, drop back, seen him wide open across the middle. And I was like, because it was, what, 4th down?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we was down 14-7, wasn't we? And we was, I seen him wide open, and I was just thinking, I was like, we're about to tie this game up. And then I was, the last play, I seen, he was like, if nobody's open, overtime, just got to throw it up in the end zone somehow.
Yeah.
So I seen Cooper and Freeman both over there. So I was like, I'm just gonna throw it up in the middle of them. If not, try and throw it to Freeman and give us a shot at least.
Okay, I got to ask about one play that hadn't really got talked about enough, because after you tie the game, Central Clay gets the ball. They got a chance to run out the clock and go down and try to win the ball game, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown themselves. You picked off a pass. Were you surprised by that interception? It looked like it kind of caught you off guard there for a moment.
It caught me off guard because both of the guys, one of them ran the wrong route.
Yes.
They both ran a hitch, and the first guy turned around and he threw the ball and just sat there and watched it go by him. And the second guy, I thought he was about to catch it, and he just throws his hand up at it because he thought the first guy was going to catch it. And he tipped it up, and I was like, it caught me off guard. I thought it was going to go out of bounds because I really wasn't expecting it to go through his hands.
Yeah.
So I kind of just throw my hands up at it, and I tip it up in the air, and I'm just looking around wondering where it went. And it fell in my hands. I was like, I got to go score. I was like, there's a minute and a half left. I got to go.
Well, if it helps, we thought you was about to. I think you might have been just a hair gassed at that point and needed a quick breather and catch your breath. But Kaden, as we get back with you for a moment here, you guys go 1-0 now to start the season for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, a few years.
You've the last 3 seasons has been 0-1 to get into that next game.
Right.
As seniors for this class in particular, I know that was something that might not always been talked about or put it on the bulletin board, but I know that's been in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
What does that mean, speaking on behalf of all the seniors, to kind of get that monkey off and say, you know what, not only did we get an exciting win, of course, but more importantly, we got the win. Now we're 1-0 as you get set to prepare for the Sylvania Rams. What does that mean for you in the senior class?
It's huge because, I mean, you grow up in elementary school and you see the 18, 19, 20 teams, the perfect seasons, 45-0, just all the beautiful stuff. And you're like, man, I wish I could do that. And it feels nice now because we have a chance to do that. Could go 15-0 off in the future, maybe if we're lucky, and put in the work. But it's huge for this senior class because we've been here, everybody all together since 7th grade.
Yeah.
And it's a brotherhood is what this class is. I mean, we're all tight knit like family. But getting this win it's huge. I was about to say it's the most excited I think we've been in a long time.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Oh, I know it did, to kind of validate all the work that's been put in. You know, you get a new defensive coordinator coming in as well to help things, shape things in the off season, not just on the field on Friday nights, but in the off season workout program and that kind of thing. And I know that's kind of been a bit of a jolt of energy for you guys as well. A guy that has been here and done that and put some of these trophies in this trophy case. Let's talk a little bit about the exterior outside of the game a little bit. Getting back to finally hitting somebody else. You know, you're not hitting on each other. Now you get to put on the pads and go to work against somebody else. What's that feeling like for you specifically? Take me through kind of a lead up, an hour, 2 hours into game time for you. What's going through your mind?
Commitment. Just trying to stay focused. That's what you work all summer, spring training, all that. You're hitting the same people, and you're hitting the hardest you're going to hit anybody else anyway. I was about to say, because we're the hardest team we play at practice. So it feels a lot better whenever you get out on the field and actually hit somebody else, somebody that you're wanting to compete against and improve.
Maddox, same question for you. What's that like on Fridays for you when you get an hour, 2 hours out, 3 hours before kickoff, especially for your senior season? What's that like for you now to be able to say, okay, we've gone through the final summer, now it's time to really strap up? What's that like for you?
Just staying focused, knowing that like what all we did out there, you know, knowing that it's time, like everything we do out there, if you just transfer that over to the game, it's just yeah.
Talk to me for a moment about the mentality that Kaden mentioned here about being the toughest team you'll face all year is yourselves. Talk about that mentality because, and I don't mean this as a slight to anyone, but not every team, not every program has that mentality. It exists in other places, but it's not at every program. And that's been something that's been adopted here for a long, long time, that if you can't survive even your own summer workouts, your summer camp, because there's no such thing as fall camp in Alabama anymore, but if you can't survive that, you won't be able to survive the season. Talk about that mentality a little bit and what that means for you guys to have that mentality of, hey, we're the hardest team that we're going to go against as ourselves. Talk about that.
So everybody out here, they've been taught by Coach Benefield, you know, whether you're in or you're not in, you're going 100%. So we don't have anybody out there that's just lacking. Everybody's taught the same. Everybody, it's like they know what to do. They're all taught the right thing. So say I'm supposed to scramble out or something they know the defensive ends or somebody, they know not to let me out. They know every play. They know everything we're going to do against them, and that they know how to stop it because they're taught just like we are. And if we can block them and they know the play, then maybe we can block somebody that don't know the play. And
Kaden, let's talk a little bit more on the personal side of both of y'all to get to know you guys. It's, as we mentioned, it's sort of the purpose of these Fyffe Focuses is get to know you guys a little bit. It's your senior year, not only for football, of course, but for high school. And I know, good golly, have things changed a lot since I was in high school. Now it seems like you don't even have to be on campus anymore for anything. But you guys, one last ride as a Fyffe Red Devil before you hit graduation come May. Things like favorite subject in school. Do you have one? What's something that most interests you that you've learned throughout your course at Fyffe High School? History.
I'd say history. That's what been blessed to have some good history teachers up along the way. Got Coach Thomas right now, and he's doing a pretty good job with that. Had Coach Cochran in 7th grade. Had him too. But yeah, all of my history classes probably one of my favorites.
What do you want to do? And Maddox, we'll get with you in just a second. But what do you want to do once you graduate? Do you have a thought or an idea about what you'd like to do after graduation?
I've got two. I can either go to Troy and get a land surveying degree or go to Auburn and go to flight school.
Okay. All right. Maddox, I'll pose those same two questions to you. Sort of a favorite subject, if you will, something that has really invested your interest, taken your interest up here at Fyffe, and then plans for the future.
Does PE count?
I think so. It's technically a course.
Well, PE would be my favorite, not really learning anything. Well, you're really learning something, how to play sports, all ever since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Favorite. I just didn't really like school, but I mean, if I had to choose an actual one, I'd probably choose math.
Okay.
But yeah.
What do you want to do once you graduate? Do you have a thought yet on that?
I'd either go work at Volcraft in Fort Payne or Valley Head or FTC.
Okay. So you're a numbers man and you're a bit of a history man. Okay. So I like that. I like that. We're going to take a break with Maddox and Kaden. When we come back, we're going to dive a little bit more, get to know them a little bit, plus kind of preview this game this week with the Sylvania Rams as they prepare for their first home game of the 2026 campaign. We'll be back to Fyffe Focus in just a moment after a word from our sponsor.
In Fyffe, we know what it means to show up for our community. Hugh Taylor is proud to support the Red Devils and wishes all players and coaches a great season. When it's time to buy, sell, or find the right place to call home across North Alabama, call Realtor Hugh Taylor with RE/MAX Property Center at 256-717-1049. Hugh is ready to help make your real estate goals a reality. Call 256-717-1049. Hugh Taylor with RE/MAX Property Center. Your dream, your home, your agent. Go Big Red.
Welcome back. Fyffe Focus continuing here from the Red Devil Sports Network, presented by Onward Media LLC. Fyffe Focus, as always, this season presented by RE/MAX Property Center in Fort Payne and Realtor Hugh Taylor. For all your property buying and selling, maybe looking to make a home your dream home, or maybe you're looking to make it someone else's dream home, you need to reach out to Hugh Taylor and the RE/MAX Property Center. They can help you out. Adam Ward sitting down with Kaden Wilks and Maddox Doss, two seniors from the Fyffe Red Devils this season. Guys, let's get back to getting to know you just for a minute or two here. And I promised you cookie cutter off camera.
Yep.
Here we go with the cookie cutter stuff. Favorite food before a game? What's your pregame meal?
Anything chicken, probably. Just any form.
Anything chicken. If you could have your dream car, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. Car, just any vehicle. I'll ask you that. Any vehicle at all?
Yeah, anything you want.
26 F-250 Key Grange.
Okay, all right. And finally, do you have a superstition before a game, if you will? Do you have to wear the same socks? Do you have to turn your underwear inside out? That kind of stuff. Everybody's got a weird superstition. Do you have one?
Yeah, same underwear and same person always tapes me.
Okay, all right.
Always.
Maddox, your turn for the rapid fire. Favorite pregame meal or favorite food?
I know but not a lot of people do this, but me and right now he's Coach Badgett.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him would go eat Toki before the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody always asks me how I keep that down during a game.
Well, I was going to say, if something happens later, we kind of know where it came from, right? Okay, we'll leave it at that. Favorite vehicle? If somebody walked in and said, "I'm going to give you any vehicle you want," what would be your dream vehicle to have?
A Hellcat.
Okay.
SRT jailbreak.
Okay. All right. And finally, are you any kind of superstitious? Do you have to have the same thing before every game, as far as like whether he mentioned getting taped by the same person? Do you have anything kind of like that you have to go through every Friday?
Got to get taped by Coach Jones and got to wear a leg sleeve on my left leg.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit now, getting back to this week's opponent, the Sylvania Rams. A lot will get made of this game as well, with the coaching staffs being that it's sort of mentor versus pupil kind of thing again, but for you guys in particular, you get to your first home game of your senior season. Before we talk about Sylvania for a moment, talk about what that means to you, understanding that, hey, this begins sort of the last ride here at home. I get 5 games here at home, hoping to make it at least 6 once the playoff time gets here. What's that mean to you?
It's really weird because, I mean, you're coming up this whole time through 7th and junior year, whatever, and you're just like, yeah, it feels like I'm going to be here forever. So you don't really realize how much time you have left actually being out here until it's kind of right upon you and it just hits you in the face. You're like, well, I've spent 10 months out of my year up here working my butt off, and then, well, hey, it's about to be over. And it's almost like a culture shock. You just kind of realize, hey, in a few months, I could never come back in here again. But
yeah.
It's really weird to think about, yeah.
Maddox?
Yeah, kind of same thing like he said. It's really kind of starting to feel weird that we're seniors because it feels like just yesterday I was playing for Coach Martin on the junior high. Really means a lot that we're going to be able to go out there and prove what we've been working for all since 7th grade year, working up till now.
Yeah. Well, as we mentioned earlier, you guys get to come into this game 1-0. Haven't done that in a few years. Talk a little bit about Sylvania, what that means to get them here at home. I know it's a non-region game, and yeah, technically it's a rivalry game, but it's not as one that's filled with animosity or anything. I feel like this is, in my opinion, this is one that's a little bit of respect on both sides in this one. Talk about Sylvania and kind of what you've seen early from them as you prepare.
They run that wing T, don't they? That wing T offense, bunch of triple option trickery stuff. Just good that we ain't got to drive 2.5 hours anymore. Get them at home and got a good environment here and good fans, and just glad we ain't got to drive 2.5 hours.
Kaden, what about you? What's your thoughts as you prepare to take on Sylvania?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off Maddox. It's going to feel really good not having to drive 2.5 hours because it just playing on the road. It's a different aspect, so it feels really good getting to have your first game back at home, especially coming back from last year. But I mean, they've got some really good players on both sides of the ball, so we're going to work at it and focus this week and try to come at them pretty heavy.
And they're looking to improve off of last season. I made the comment in the game last year that it would be the Fyffe game if there was ever going to be a light switch kind of flip on for them, and it seemed like it started for them in the second half of that Fyffe game, and they progressively got better. Now that you give them an off season, I know they're going to be a little bit better under Coach Brad Waldrop. Right. Of course, he learned from the same man you guys are learning from, and Coach Paul Benefield. Well, guys, I appreciate you taking a few moments with me after practice today to chat with us here on Fyffe Focus. I want to wish you guys the very best, and as always, go Big Red.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kaden Wilks, Maddox, Doss, catch them Friday night as they prepare to take on the Sylvania Rams. Come out early. Come get your team spirit gear from the Devil's Den store and get loud in the stands for them as they prepare to go to war against the Sylvania Rams. Final tune-up game, by the way, before region play begins next week. For Maddox and for Kaden, I'm Adam Ward for the Red Devil Sports Network from Onward Media LLC saying so long. We'll talk to you Friday evening right here from Paul Benefield Stadium. Pregame gets underway at 6:20, kickoff at 7. Thank you to Hugh Taylor, Realtor for RE/MAX Property Center for bringing you our Fyffe Focus each and every week. So long, everyone. May God bless you. And as always, go Big Red.